Hey guys, my name is Raksha Patel and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 4 ways to create a galaxy painting using watercolors. I've always been a firm believer of enjoying the process of painting rather than just worrying about how it's going to turn out at the end. And this, for that matter of fact, is going to be a super fun one. Also, I've shown a completely new technique, so make sure that you remain till the end of the video to see it. And without further ado, let's begin. The first technique is the basic wet on dry technique. This is quite a common method while using watercolors. However, I'm creating a monocolor galaxy using this method, so I have chosen the color blue. I started with applying a wet coat of ultramarine blue and cobalt blue in patches very randomly using a large round brush in circular strokes. Now since I'm using completely watery paints, these are very transparent, and so to increase the density or opacity, I will go ahead and add a second layer of paints to it. Now the trick here is to keep on working with your brush until you're satisfied with the blending of your shades. For lighter patches, you need to pick up your wet paint with a dry brush like so instead of adding white. This is the only way to work when it comes to watercolors. Now again, I'll keep on moving my strokes around until I get a desired effect. An important thing to keep in mind while using watercolors is the paper quality. Thin papers do not have water holding capacity and they hence end up tearing. Your paper should be at least of 160 to 180 GSM in quality when you're beginning to use. Once you start practicing, you'll get the idea of how much water your paper can hold, and then you can switch the quality of your paper accordingly. So coming back to my painting, here I'm adding a third layer of black color. Now obviously galaxies cannot be made without the black color in them. Since it's the darkest color, it should be added at the last, and if you add it along with the blue in the second or the first layer itself, you'll either end up with a completely black background or you might have a very dusty blue one. So to keep your color sharp and vibrant, add the black when your previous layers are semi-dry. I'm adding it mostly from the sides to create depth, but it's totally up to you to decide on which areas you want to add the color. Use a wet brush to blend your black with the blue of the previous layers. You can add more blue even in this layer if you feel like adding it to some areas. I added white now to create contrast in between the light and dark areas. So once you feel satisfied with your colors, let your painting dry completely. Use a hairdryer if you want to work on it immediately. Now comes the fun part. Take a slightly thin consistency of your poster or acrylic white color on a round brush and sprinkle it on your painting to create stars. Hold the brush with white paint in your left hand and using another brush on your right hand, tap it gently and sprinkle the paint. You can first test it on your rough cloth or tissue. Using a white pen, I added a few more stars and larger dots. Untape your painting and you're done. The second technique is the wet on wet technique. Using a large flat brush, completely make your paper wet with water. Now using a large pony hair brush, keep on adding blots of ultramarine blue, cobalt blue and crimson. Now the colors are completely dependent on your choice. The colors will initially automatically start blending with your paper when it's wet. Blend the color with your brush only if you feel if it's required. I didn't have a ready-made purple or violet color in this palette, as you can see, so I blended crimson with cobalt blue. You can also use crimson with ultramarine blue. Using a dry brush, soak up any excess water if you feel that's retented on your paper. Now while you're using watercolors, especially when you're using the wet on wet technique, it is really important to tape your paper from the ends. It helps your paper to remain straight and avoids the folds because of water, and it will also help you to create a clean border. So while the paint is semi-dry or still a bit wet, I am adding black again from the sides mostly and extending it to some areas in between very randomly. I am also adding other colors to this layer as well to increase their opacity and blend them with the black. Now keep in mind that whatever colors you will be adding in this layer will have an undertone of the previous layer, so add your colors accordingly. Use more and less water according to the shade that you want. You can also use a dry brush again to pick up colors and to mix or blend the colors as well. Now once this layer is dry, again sprinkle the white paint the way I explained in the previous method. If you're not comfortable enough using this method, you can always use a small round brush to create individual dots or even a white gel pen. Add some more stars and details as you can see the way I'm doing it here, and untape your painting and you're done. The third technique is a very interesting technique and I'm actually currently obsessing over it. It's the salt technique. So I'm creating the base layer again using the wet on wet method which I explained previously. You can also make the base layer using the wet on dry method which I explained to you in the beginning of the video. For this painting, I've used cobalt blue, Persian blue, crimson red and viridian green. Now, if you must have noticed, I changed my colors. I'm using the tube watercolors here because these ones which I have are quite grainy and they work better for this technique. So once you're done working on your base layer, sprinkle a pinch of salt over the entire painting while it's wet and let the magic happen. It creates a beautiful cauliflower effect. Now do not sprinkle too much salt, use minimal amount of salt. Let the painting dry completely and then remove any excess leftover salt granules. Sprinkle white paint again for the stars and then you can add more details with a white gel pen or a small round brush. Once you're done adding your stars, untape your painting and voila! So we've finally reached the last method. In this method, I'll be adding all my colors in an ovular shape. So I begin with adding a light color like a deep yellow at the center of my paper. Next I'm adding crimson around its corner and blending it in. I'm also using the wet on dry technique here as well. Next I'm adding cobalt blue and I also added some strokes of it in the yellow and crimson regions. Then I'm adding violet by mixing cobalt blue and crimson. For the next layer I added Persian blue and finally the black outer edges. Just a small disclaimer, all the materials that I've used are mentioned in the description box below so you can check that out. Now I felt that the colors were still very transparent, so I added another layer of the same colors once the first layer was completely dry. It is not necessary that you add the exact same shades, just keep on adding similar ones because you're increasing the opacity. The shades underneath will just act like an undertone to the shades of your second layer. Once you're done working on the second layer, let it dry completely and again sprinkle white paint for the stars, add constellations if you want, and make the stars denser around the corners of the ovals. Untape your painting and you're finally done. So I hope the video was helpful to you. If you enjoyed watching the video, do give it a thumbs up. Also, I would really appreciate if you take out a moment and subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. See you in my next video. Bye bye.